volume to which we will move for the chapter Combustion and Flame is volume 2. Okay, in this topic you will find the types of fuel which we have seen in the earlier part. From that, the first fuel which we will take into consideration is called as biogas. Now student, please see the design of the biogas plant. Okay, now the biogas plant contain a part which is called as a digester. Please have a look. This tank is called as the digester. It has two pipes. One is inlet pipe and other is outlet pipe. The inlet pipe contain slurry. Very important, slurry is a mixture of cow dung and water. All of you know what do you mean by cow dung? Cow dung and water are mixed together to form slurry, which is filled in the tank, which is connected with the inlet pipe. Whereas the next thing which it contain is the gas holder. Okay, this gas holder contain the biogas which is formed. Okay, now the property of this gas holder is the gas holder floats over the slurry. The gas holder will floats over the slurry. The property of this gas holder is it moves up when the gas is collected. Please remember, it moves up when the gas is collected and it moves down when the gas is taken out. I am repeating it again. It moves up when it is filled with gas and it moves down when the gas is taken out. Next, the digester has a partition. The partition differentiate between the inlet and the outlet pipe. Okay, now we will see what happens here. Here the cow dung and the water which is mixed is taken into the digester. After the process here is anaerobic fermentation. Very important process. With this process we obtain biogas. The process is called as anaerobic fermentation. Why it is called as? There are two types of fermentation. Aerobic, anaerobic. Why we are using anaerobic here? See the definition. It takes place in absence of air. The fermentation which takes place in absence of air is called as anaerobic fermentation. So the process inside the digester taking place is anaerobic fermentation, and this anaerobic fermentation is used to produce the biogas inside the gas holder. Now the important or the main constituent which is found here is methane. Okay, so the methane undergo burning. Okay, the methane burns in presence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water and heat. So I am repeating again, the process which we use to produce biogas is called as anaerobic fermentation. Anaerobic fermentation is a fermentation which takes place in absence of air, and the main constituent which is formed here is methane. Next for fuel, a very important fuel again which we will move is coal. The next important fuel is coal. All of you know what is coal. I think so. So coal is a fossil fuel. Keep it in mind. Coal is included in fossil fuel. It is obtained from mines. Coal mines, various coal mines are there. You know, these coal mines are used to obtain the fuel. Now, what is the main constituent of coal? The main constituent of coal is carbon. Okay, so the coal contains the maximum of carbon. Therefore, next we can say when carbon is burnt in presence of oxygen, it produced carbon dioxide and heat. Okay, now what are the disadvantages of coal? We know that there are various disadvantages of coal. We will go through it one by one. Students, this is very important from exam point of view. Please learn these disadvantages. The number one disadvantage is it contains compounds of nitrogen and sulfur as impurities, which burns to produce oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, These oxides are very dangerous. It is poisonous in nature and it pollutes the atmosphere. So I am repeating it again that the disadvantage of coal is it contains nitrogen and sulfur, which are acting as the impurities here. This nitrogen and sulfur acting as impurities burns to produce oxides, which are poisonous and also pollute the environment. Now students, we will see that how. Now we will see that the next disadvantage, it is in inefficient supply of air. In insufficient, I am telling you students, when there is fully burnt, there is carbon dioxide and heat is produced. When there is insufficient supply of air, that is oxygen, carbon burns to produce carbon monoxide. We all know that this carbon monoxide is poisonous and it pollutes the environment. Third, it produces lots of soot. Soot is a black color substance which is produced. Okay, this soot is very dangerous for the health of human being. Coal dust which is obtained cause various health problem. So these are the disadvantage. Number one, nitrogen and sulfur, these are impurities which produces oxides which are poisonous in nature. Next, unburnt carbon produced carbon monoxide, poisonous and pollutes the environment. Third, it produces soot. And fourth, coal dust which cause health problem. Now students, we are coming to the third fuel, that is petroleum. Please watch it very carefully. Okay, what is petroleum? Petroleum is a thick, dark, strong. This is dark. Okay, thick, dark, strong smelling liquid, strong smelling liquid. I am repeating again, petroleum is a thick, dark, strong smelling liquid. Okay, which is produced deep under the earth. Okay, it is produced very deep under the earth. To take out or to separate the fuel, we need fuel petroleum. The process which we need is called as fractional distillation. Students, these petroleum contain various type of substances. Okay, see, these substances like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 5 substances which are produced which can be separated by fractional distillation. Now we will see that what are the substances produced here. These substances, first one is petroleum gas. The boiling range is below 40 degrees Celsius. Next is petrol. Okay, very important product here. Petrol is obtained second, which have the boiling range as 40 to 170 degrees Celsius. Next is kerosene, that is 170 to 250 degrees Celsius. Next is diesel, temperature boiling range is 250 to 350 degrees Celsius. And next is fuel oil, that is 350 to 400 degrees Celsius. These are separated by the process of fractional distillation. Please refer the figure from the chapter. Next, last fuel and very important fuel again, that is natural gas. We all know that natural gas, it is mostly methane. The natural gas, the important ingredients is methane. Methane, we have seen in the above reaction, methane when burned in presence of oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide, water and heat. The important properties here is no soot is formed. Natural gas is very safe because no soot is formed here. Next, methane, CH4 is the formula of methane. It is a clean fuel. Next, the important natural gas we will find day-to-day life in various automobiles also it is used, that is CNG. CNG, the name is compressed natural gas. It is compressed natural gas. Okay, it is preferred over petrol and diesel. Please remember, CNG is preferred over petrol and diesel because it is very safe natural gas. Okay, and it is not harmful for the environment. Next, we are coming to the topic good fuel. we will see some characteristics. Characteristic of good fuel, students, very important topic from exam point of view. You have to learn the characteristic of good fuel. Following are the characteristic of good fuel. First, it is easily available. The fuel should be easily available to be the good fuel. Next, it should be cheap, less amount. Okay, it should be cheap. Less amount means the value, the money should be less. Next, it should have high calorific value. Okay, it should have high calorific value. Next, it should have low ignition temperature. Low ignition temperature means it, but not lower than the room temperature. Student, key point here, not it should be, the ignition temperature should not be lower than the room temperature, then it can burn inside the room also. Okay, so it should have low temperature but more than the room temperature. Next, not burn too fast or too slow. It should be intermediate, not too fast, not too slow. Next, no residue. Students, we have seen there should be no residue. If on combustion, we know that we undergo the process of combustion to produce for the fuels, so there should be no residue formed. Okay, next, it should be safe to store, handle, transport. Very important. We can store it properly, we can handle it properly, we can transport it properly. And last one, not produce harmful substances. It should not produce harmful substances like soot or poisonous gas. Okay, now the last we will see for this volume is gaseous fuel or solid fuel, which one is better. Okay, now we will see the properties. We have seen we will see the properties of solid fuel. Number one, on burning it produce harmful gases. A good fuel do not produce harmful gases, so there is a criteria which is not good for solid fuel. Next, it leaves solid residue. It leaves solid residue. Next, felling trees for wood. We know that a key ingredient of solid fuel is wood. For wood, we should cut tree, and that is not good for the environment. Next, stock of coal is limited. We know that in the coal mines, the day by day the coal is decreasing. Therefore, stock of coal is very limited with us. And last one, coal dust causes health problem. We know that for solid fuel we get residue, we get coal dust, which are very harmful for the health and also the environment. So I will conclude by saying that gaseous fuel will be better than the solid fuel, because solid fuel causes various health problems and it will also cause the damage to the atmosphere. Thank you.